McCoy finds his target. Clement inside the 35 and a play of 21 yards. Jones gets the start with Jalen Mills inactive, missing a second straight game. McCoy drops it off. Connor. Not much. That'll bring up fourth down. A gain of 5. Officially, this is a 50-yard try. Prater misses. Well protected, and a pass over the middle to Parker. Caught for a quick first down for New England, and we'll check in with Lisa. Quick throw batted into the air, and Jones knocks it to the turf.
So that if they get into their routes and create some separation, they're going to get it thrown to them.
Hand off to Connor. Hit a wall, then bounces. James Conner, what a good run to start this possession as he gets 22 over the left side. Fake the handoff, ball comes out, pass is caught up near the 39-yard line by Robbie Anderson, and that's just his third catch.
4 or 5 ball games since that Chicago Bears game that we called. The teams have had a hard time running the football against them.
Here's a sack. Brought down is Colt McCoy. Quick setup and throw, and the pass caught. First down. Devontae Parker.
What I do see when I watch him is I don't see the anticipation of making throws the same way that I did a year ago as a rookie.
Here is a pass caught by Marcus Jones. In the backfield, just 4 carries this season. Trying to block Buda Baker. This ball's up for grabs and picked. Intercepted by Simmons. Third down and 4. Quick throw. Pass is caught. First down. Hollywood Brown. Going down on the third play. Here's a third down and 6, and that's just not there.
But just nothing down the field.
Prater drills it from 33 yards out. Here's Bourne. Kendrick makes one man miss. And on 2nd and 10 gets 8. It was Antonio Hamilton who was up and unable to bring him down. It's a long list in just over 1 quarter of play. Here's a throw and a completion to Aguilar for a first down. First down here. Jones completes. Pass is caught by Thornton.
He wants to see more of him. He's got confidence in him, and that's a big deal.
Handoff here to Harris. What a chance for young Kevin Harris. From the 14, first down and 10 for the Patriots, down 3. Delayed handoff. Here he is again. And touchdown, New England. Kevin Harris is first. They only have Keontae Ingram, a rookie, and Corey Clement, who does not have a carry this season, behind Connor. Here's one down the sideline for Hollywood Brown. Incomplete, but a flag.
Pass interference. Defense number 31. It won't be placed at spot of the foul. Automatic first down.
At the 27. Quick throw. That's Hopkins. Looking to turn it into something bigger than just the first down pickup, but he gets it. McCoy back in the end zone. Great try, but out of bounds is Hopkins.
Odell Beckham's that kind of started the trend doesn't seem quite so special anymore.
Here is a 32-yard field goal drilled by Prater, and this is a 1-point game.
Got to work the middle with these safeties.
Jones completes. Aguilar, and the catch is made for a first down. Great throw and catch. Mac Jones, Nelson Aguilar for 14. At 3rd down and 14. Here's a screen set up for Stevenson. Flag is down. Looking for their 5th win and trying to crush the hopes of the Patriots, who come in at 6-6. McCoy sideline. Hopkins. And he sits down at the 48 of New England with a 15-yard catch.
That's a nice.
McCoy. What a catch by Robbie Anderson. McCoy. Anderson. First down. Here's Connor. Still going. Wow. What a touchdown for James Conner. Not to be denied, and the Cardinals on top. Third down and 11. Jones is sacked. What a year for Zach Allen. 6 of them coming by touchdowns, number 2 in the league in the final 2 minutes of the first half coming in. And here's a big play made by Matthew Judon. McCoy keeps, flips, tipped, and the play was made by Tavai. Jelani Tavai got his hand on it. Now 18 seconds remain. Second down, good protection again, and here's one caught over the middle by Henry. And he's down inside the 30 as the Patriots use their first timeout. 10 seconds left. 2 timeouts, and the ball's on the ground as they handed it off to Kevin Harris. And Mac Jones able to get on top of it and spend a timeout. Good snap, good hold. The kick is good. 51 yards from Nick Folk. From the 25-yard line, Patriots. Pass is gunned into Kendrick Bourne, and Bourne able to maneuver his way to the 40 and a 15-yard completion from Mac Jones. And it's hard to blame him, to be quite honest. Here's a screen for Pierre Strong. And that play was worth the wait. 16 yards and a first down for New England. He used that same word that he used last week. But he said, I wish I chose a different word. But his frustration, front and center down the sideline, a carry, and down inside the 15 is Pierre Strong. Third down and 10. Jones to the sideline. Pass is caught. And Thornton out of bounds, short of first down yardage. 3 for 9 on the season on fourth down tries, and a chip shot of 23 yards for Folk to tie the game. Who's been here for a long, long time. Since 2013 in this current role. Are signed through 2027 as DeAndre Hopkins makes the catch. And a completion of 24 yards as Colt McCoy and the Cardinals try to answer that 3 points put up by New England. Third down and 9. McCoy, Connor, long way to go. Couldn't get around Bentley, and now he's brought down from behind. Play made by Miles Bryant. McCoy able to secure the snap, and a diving attempt and incomplete for Hollywood Brown.
It's been the way it's been for them all season long, but
third down and 6. Jones down the sideline and incomplete for Aguilar. Gets up looking for a flag, but good coverage by the rookie Christian Matthew to bring up fourth down. Hopkins 3 catches, 49 yards. Over the middle, here he is. Loses the ball, picked up by New England, and touchdown, Raekwon McMillan.
And all of that, but New England they have not looked like a playoff team.
Play action from McCoy, and this pass is caught by Hollywood Brown. Fake it to Connor. Good protection of the pass is caught and hung on to the ball by Trey McBride. He was absolutely leveled by Marcus Jones. And what a catch. Low snap. McCoy got hit as he let it go, and he's picked. Marcus Jones. And another takeaway by this New England defense. Four-man rush. Jones out to his right to the sideline. And the catch is made by Kendrick Bourne. I'm not so sure Bourne wasn't out of bounds before he made that catch. Jones protected, throws, he's got Henry. Henry down inside the 5. Handoff for the touchdown Strong, but a flag is down on the far sideline.
Offside. Defense number 25. That penalty declined. Result of the play is touchdown.
Try to come out and give it your best effort in every game.
There's a flag on the play. Should be a free play and a free first down if it's on the defense for an offside. And look at Colt McCoy survive a hit and pick up the first down with his legs. Ball at the 48. Play action. Judon comes across and adds to his pile of sacks. Judon fires off the edge. Did not bring down McCoy, but his teammate did. Uche, he gets another. McCoy finds Hopkins, who has a fumble tonight, and he's out of bounds with a first down, a gain of 10. On his way off the field. 3rd down and 7, and this will be another sack, and it's Uche again. That's his 3rd.
They won't be enjoying that long flight back to New England.
McCoy just able to get away. Still trying. On 4th down, it's another turnover on downs. Handoff here to Strong. What a nice move. Pierre Strong down near the 15. They're going to mark him down at the 18, a 19-yard carry. Patriots will take on Las Vegas next, and the Cardinals have a lot of cleaning up to do, and they'll await the results of the test on the knee of Kyler Murray.